Hello, brothers, and welcome aboard. My name is Rick, and I am a beltaholic. It all started with my Fandu Big Gold from eBay. Today, we have the Mateen Ahmed HD Winged Eagle, dual-plated on hand-tooled leather. We're going to go over, under, inside out, front to back on this. We're going to spend a lot of time on it today because I spent a lot of time waiting for it. Back when the videos first came out of Mateen using the CNC machine on a belt, I got with my man Dustin and I said, put me down for a Winged Eagle. I wanted to get hold of the best belt that Mateen could make. So I don't know how familiar you guys are, but Mateen Ahmed at ELT Belts has a very loyal following with a lot of satisfied customers. My opinion, he is the most prolific belt maker overseas. Always see a lot of his work getting done, and that's good for business, right? So I put money down for this belt on March 29th. It took quite a bit of time to complete, but first I thought I might get it by summer, then I might get it by my birthday. Then I wondered if I would get it at all. And here it is, just in time for Christmas. And we're going to go over the leather. We're going to go over what's unique about this belt. We're going to go over all kinds of nuances, good, bad, and different. All right. So this is not a traditional acid-etched belt. When people say HD, it means a lot of different things depending on who you talk to. Either it's, done in America or the use of a better metal, or in Mateen's case, HD means it is CNC engraved. So basically done by a computer with an engraving machine. Traditionally, an acid etch belt just is bathed in acid to erode the metal and create the contours. So this is unique in the respect of how it's done. Your result is a very clean cut in all the lines. I'll have some comparison real quick for you guys. I'm just observing out loud on this. Now, one of the things about this process, I don't know if there's limitations on what the machine can do, but you'll see some differences in the artwork. Like these floral patterns, they look different on an acid etched belt. They don't come out like this. I don't know if that's a artwork flaw or, again, it's the limitations of the machine. Because as you can see, like in these logos, you don't typically have such a pronounced border around the block. You see this one goes right up to the top of the plate. So there's some differences here. There's some things that I'm guessing only happen from the machine. Look at that. I didn't even notice that. And with the naked eye, you can see right on the block, you can see where the machine has gone and done the layers to go to the next level. That's actually pretty cool. Yeah. So I said, Mateen, I want hand-tooled leather. I knew it's something that he offered because Dustin sent him a American tool kit. It's a work in progress. You can see that he's got the right tools. Craftsmanship is something that he's working on. I'm going to show the difference between a traditional Mateen belt and hand-tooled. You can see he's got a beveler on this. It's not standard Mateen fare. These sidebars, right? Now, typically, these are welded. I've seen them welded. I've seen them bolted. Mateen actually shared a video a while back of him bending these sidebars with a mallet over a log. I got a kick out of that. You can see that this is a lot of hand-done work. And the logo plate, I don't know why the font is different on the HD version. The regular acid version has different font, so I don't know if they just use different artwork for this purpose. But let's take a look at the backing. Sorry if this video runs long, guys. I know you're going to have a lot of free time in the next couple days with the holidays, and if you enjoy watching these videos as much as I do, this 10 minutes will just fly by. So the backing is very nice. It's cut nicely. It's not glued wrong in any places. There's no Sharpie on it where the color faded. These are all things that I've seen in different belts before. This is my 4th Mateen. I started with a dual-plated tag. I got the NWA TV on red. Oof, I don't like that sound. And then I also have the oval IC. I'm gonna bring this out real quick for comparison because we're gonna look at Mateen's hand-tooled leather versus the what I call the pattern leather that's done. See the snap box, these lines, these are basic, right? So the hand-tooled snap box here. Now it's not perfect. There's some techniques that he still needs to work on, but you've got the contour of the lines here. You see, you've got the definition, and you've got the edges, which to me is the most important thing. I like the raised edges. On this, no, this is what they typically put out. Most belts you get from Pakistan will have something more or less identical to this, right? Now this logo box, this is very Pakistan. Typically you'll have the logo plate tooled just around the border. So this box is something you see overseas all the time, and it's never been done on an actual belt. All right, you see this is the typical tooling with the shells, and American. So they're the American tools have a smaller shell. You can see that. Now with this belt, he's actually come pretty far away from the beveling in places, especially up over here. You know, we're pretty far removed. Typically it's tight, like he does on his regular belts. So I don't know if that's the fear of ruining the edges or what, but you know, and you can see here, these are bevel lines. This is what happens when you hand tool a belt versus flat, nothing. See that? So this is what our hand-tooled leather looks like versus our pattern-tooled leather that you typically get when you order a belt from pretty much anywhere. All right, so we got the snap box here and the signature stamp. Don't have that here. I see he does offer the signature stamp on some of the newer belts, whether or not they're hand-tooled. But again, this is just a pattern. I showed in other videos that this is identical to every other belt that Mateen puts out. So this is actually work done by a person to get a result. Very clean here. You see the sharp edges. Well, they're not sharp, but you know, the clean edges. It's a flat bottom, whereas our traditional etch, like these lines especially, this is something that you see all the time, right? They got different, they're kind of muddy. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but if you look at the muddy edges, boom, nice clean cuts. Now one thing I noticed on the HD belt is that the letters don't pop as much as they do on a traditional etch. I don't know if that's got to do with the computer settings or what, but like if you look at the Champion, and again, all this bubbling, this is part of the standard process. You get that. If you got this belt done HD, it would just be sharp front to back. And the dead giveaway on a Winged Eagle for most people is the stars, right? HD has nice clean stars. You get some funky shapes happening when you don't have an HD belt. So you got your grapplers, you got your feathers, and again, if you just switch right over here, right, the difference is pronounced. You can't see a difference when you're looking at it from, you know, halfway across the room, or if you're watching a belt on television. But there's clearly clearly a difference when you compare the two. So I'm just going to finish up with some nice sunshine shots. All right, floppiness of leather, I guess that's important to some people. I mean, I look more for details, but beautifully crafted. Again, most prolific belt maker in the game, and he's earned his loyal following. Wow. So thank you guys. I will see you next time if I ever get another belt. I'm kind of reaching the wall as I get a more expensive taste. The belts become less frequent and more expensive. Anyway, thanks again.